One of our listeners sent an email today that really touched me to the core, and it was one sentence. And paraphrasing, it says, I am depressed. I need to take a break. And then I realized over the last few days, we've had two major hits, right? One, and with the same bill. The House passed the bill by one vote, and the Senate just passed the bill by the vote of the vice president. But ultimately, what happened is a bill, a horrendously bad bill that will harm people, that will kill people, that will starve people, got passed. Even as most people, and all of you see the polls, most people know that the vast majority of Americans want nothing to do with that bill. They don't want that bill passed. So when I got that email and it said, I'm depressed, I need to take a break. My first contention or my first feeling why I am on here, because I just read it, why I'm on here is to say this. That is the reaction they want out of the poor and the middle class. They want us to feel like we have no choice. They want us to feel as if it's a foregone conclusion. The politicians, under the auspices of their benefactors, the plutocracy, the oligarchy, the wealthy folks, are going to do as they please, get on board or get off. And you cannot blame somebody who says, you know what? It's so tough. I'm checking out. I'm checking out. I can't handle it anymore. I need to go into my cocoon. And my answer to that is simple. My answer to that is yes. As long as all of us are not in the cocoon at the same time. As long as all of us realize, even if we have to take a break, we have to stay in the game because they depend on all of us taking a break to move forward. In all the different activist movements that we've had, in all the movements where we engage, there was a lull. There was a time when people just thought they couldn't do it. That happened with the women's movement. That happened with the civil rights movement. That happened with the gay rights movement. That happened with just about every movement. You fight, you get ahead, they come back and they bust your spirit. And then you say again, what's the point? Well, the cliches here mean something. Democracy is not static. Your freedom is not static, because there are always that percentage of folk, especially in an economic system like ours, that will take and take and take and take until they're stopped. And that's not the majority of us. But it so happened that that minority of us many a times have the ability to frame discussions that leave us in one of two places. Join the bandwagon, become a part of the team, even as it hurts people, or check out. Well, my answer to that is neither. There is no checking out. But here's it again. For our friends who need to check out, temporarily do so. Temporarily, if you need to take a break for your mental sanity, do so. But keep those of us that are empowered to stay in the fight and keep fighting for you and fighting for us. You know, there's some of us that are willing to do that continuously. So the end point that I want to make is, as long as when we're checking out, as long as when we're taking a break, as long as when we're taking a breather, we just look at it and say, but we have to re-engage, because we're not going to cede our country, our democracy, our freedom, our liberty to anyone. We won't cede that to anyone. And collectively, my brother and my sister is in fact my keeper. There are more of us out there. And I repeat, don't be fooled. They may have a lot of money, but there are more of us out there than they are of them. And as long as we don't fall for the okey doke of all of us checking out all at once, we will always be our brothers and sisters' keeper. Folks like me, of course, will always be engaged in the game. I don't ever intend to check out or take a break. But I tell you what, not all of us can do that. Not all of us are made to do that. Not all of us have to do that. So the motto, the moral of what I'm coming on to point out is this, my brothers and sisters. Check out if you have to. Check out for a time, but don't check out forever. And stay engaged, however small, however large, because I'm telling you, we are going to win this ultimately if we engage. We're going to lose this. We're likely to lose this battle on this particular bill, even as I will continue to say, call, fight, because you never know which nerve you're going to hit. But even if that bill ultimately becomes law, we're going to be fighting for the remainder of 2025 for the elections that are up in 2025. And we're going to be going big for the elections in 2026. And mark my word, never giving up. And ultimately, we are going to do exactly what America has always said that America represents.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.